Good morning, guys. How you doing? I don't expect many people to be on at 10 to 5 in the morning, but I wanted to do a live feed as we were out walking the dogs, and it's not fucking raining for the first time in it. God knows when. Started building an ark in the garden just in case the floods come in. So listen, if you are coming through, please do like, comment, share, ask any questions that you think I might be able to help you about, any struggles that you have, and get them in the comments. That's how we can communicate. That's how I can help you a little bit further, all right? So this morning, just a quickie, because we all like a quickie in the morning, right? Set the day up. Overthinking. The question I get asked a lot about is about overthinking the future and life and situations. And I thought I'd talk about it. Now, got 5 people on at this time in the morning. Good morning to you. How are you? Overthinking about your future. Now, listen, the one thing that we are guaranteed, the one thing that is guaranteed to happen to everybody on this planet is that we're going to die. All right, this is my take on it. It's a bit extreme, but go with it. Bear it out. Just listen in. Is we're all going to die. You know, I've gone through this anxiety thing where I'm like, what, we're just going to build all of this up and we're what, just going to die? We're going to build these lives up. We're going to create amazing children and lives for ourselves, and then that's it, we just go. Unfortunately, that is it. So when we overthink the future and we become anxious about the future, I want you to think about the worst thing that could possibly happen to you. Now, the worst thing that could possibly happen to you is you dying. Well, you fucking know that's coming. I told you it's a bit extreme. You know that's coming. So the process I went through is trying to accept that. And that made me more grateful for living in the moment, planning ahead, don't get me wrong, and thinking ahead and having vision. But when I used to get to overthinking about things, I thought, wow, fucking hell, I'm going at some point. So I'm going to enjoy the moment. I'm going to enjoy the journey. I want to leave something behind when I go. And that's one of the reasons I do the dad coach. I leave that legacy behind so that when I do die, or when it comes to me dying, okay, I've left something for my kids, in my own right, legacy there, my legacy for other people who don't know me as much. Digby, get here. So, when you overthink and when you become anxious, you tend to become anxious about things that haven't even happened yet. You build up in your head to be bigger than they actually are. And bear it in mind, like I said, these things haven't actually happened yet, because you don't know if they're coming or not. And it's hot. And you know with death, that's coming. So embrace the moment right now and don't worry about that. It's part of the evolution of the life. You know, in 120 years, everybody that's on the planet now will be gone. And it'll be a whole new era. It'll be a whole new world. And we've got to leave our mark. Not worrying about and overthinking about what people think of us. A classic example of overthinking is why it took me so long to do the dad's coach. I was like, oh my God, people are going to think I'm a dick. People are not going to get my point of view. People are not going to want to know. Who am I to help these people out? But I finally overcame that, and overcame that. I was just thinking, who gives a fuck? Like, literally, who cares what people think? Because I know that I'm going to reach people that are going to need this, but there are also people on the other side who are going to be kind of negative and sassy and salty towards us. Do I care what those people know? I literally don't. You know, I literally don't. And that's the attitude you've got to have, because what you'll end up doing is creating a personality, creating a life that is based around pleasing other people and getting those people, okay, and pleasing those people and making those people think that you are a particular person that you're not. And then you end up living a false life, and you're almost, you're almost becoming a fraud to yourself, because you're just trying to please other people and not really being yourself. And that's what overthinking does for you. You know, it strips you of your identity. It makes you become somebody that you're not. Do you know what I mean? It makes you feel like you're becoming someone you're not, to please other people, and then you start doing other things to please other people. You're never truly yourself, and I did that for a very, very long time. And in the last, I'd say 4 years, I've really started to figure out who I am, what I believe in, what my values are, what my morals are. You know, and it's a progressive thing. You can't just suddenly say to you, oh, don't overthink, it's a waste of time. You're not suddenly going to overnight change that. But start thinking about, you know, who you are and what your values are and what your identity is and what you believe in. And then start following that path rather than overthinking about tomorrow or next week or the things that haven't even happened yet or might never happen. Because I think in there you'll leverage on to having a much better life, a happier life, because we all want to be happy, right? And I think happiness comes from when you are content within your own body and your own mind and your own thoughts, rather than that being diseased by what other people think, by worrying about the future, by being anxious about those things. And you can create a much more fulfilling life, and then that would lead you to be becoming and running your life and business as an elite operator. And this elite operator, you're going to hear a lot more about that from me, because that's the standard I'm trying to set people to live at. An elite operator doesn't overthink. They don't worry about what other people think. They stick to their guns, their path, their patterns, the way that they want to live their life, and they stay on that path. And that's how they grow, and that's how they become the next level. That's how they grow. That's how they become unbreakable, because you don't worry about what other people think and you don't overthink. Well, that went on longer than I thought, but I just wanted to add that value. And if you haven't yet, get yourself on the waiting list for the 28 days. I am going to help you level up, okay, over these 28 days. I promise you, no bullshit. If you follow me, you know full well that this is going to be, I put everything into this. This is going to help. Watching from Canada, I love that. Welcome from Canada. If you want to come and join me and work with me, last 28 day of the year starts on the 4th of November. But this weekend I'm launching, you'll get 50 notes off. You go buy your missus some nice underwear to show off to get her ready for the new body of yours and new mindset, okay? Because you're going to be an elite operator. When you walk in the bedroom, you'll be like, babe, I am an elite operator. Those new underwear that I bought you, go and get them on. That's how we're rolling on the 28 days. All right. Have a great day. See you soon.